the year 2009. The car who's being released, well, being concept at this time, the Volvo S60. In 2009, something very interesting happened. By creators who made the game, Race 07, Race Room, GTR, that most iconic gaming series in sim racing, and many more titles which I cannot mention at the time. This is Volvo concept, the game. So anyway, before we get started, please click like if you like it, and also subscribe. That would help the channel very well. So anyway, let's talk about the game before we get started into it. So this game was produced in 2009, which was a very identical copycat to the BMW M3 Challenge, which came out 2 years prior, which was a marketing scheme, which was like, yo, you can drive a car for free on your computer, which back then was a quite interesting time to like sell your products. And as you know, Simbin Studios later changed themselves to Sector 3 Studios. They had this competition. Volvo was like, how can we get money? Guess what? How they do it? They decided, let's host an online competition, right? With our various Volvo cars and see whoever's the fastest gets a set of pair of tires. I mean, if that was me, I would actually do this competition for the tires, but since the boy does not have a car nor a license, that's kind of useless. But we digress. So these are the mods that we have gotten. So we have time attack, quick race, competition, and replay theater. And of course, if you click into competition, you can see there's stuff to register for your racing, but to say connecting because the game came out over 12 years ago now. And of course, these are the mods they have given to us. Quite lovely, to be honest. So let's go do time attack right here. So we have two tracks here, in one in Ukraine and the other one's in Sweden. We have Cheka Sports Complex, sorry for my pronunciation, and also the other one Sweden called Gothenburg. So let's actually go with Gothenburg. Of course, here are the cars. So they have, of course, the S60 concept, the concept race. We have the S40, 850, 240, C30, and the S60. So let's actually go with the S40. And of course, there's only one driver in this thing here, and that's the model of the car. So for its time, it's not that bad, but let's alone this is before 2000s. And of course, we also see the labeling of marketing right here of the Volvo C70. You can see like VolvoCars.com, the game, and also official sponsors because it's a free game, so they have to advertise everything they can. Okay, so the game kind of crashed. Turns out I can't drive at Gothenburg, so we had to go race in Chekra. So that is quite enjoyable. So, and I've also changed the car to C30, and of course, let's get into it. So as you can see, like, it looks exactly like Race 07. It has the exact same like icons and stuff as Race 07. Graphically is also quite similar, but it actually feels like you're playing Racing 07, but with a Volvo. As you break into this corner, I'm using my controller, by the way, because I left my steering wheel back where I was coming from. But I should be having it in the next 2 weeks coming back here. So for the time being, we have to unfortunately race with my Xbox controller. Yes, I have an Xbox controller, and no, I'm not gay. So anyway, um, as you're going out the corner, you can see there's like a lot of like marketing for their cars and their sponsors. You can see the sponsors there coming to that corner very sharply, coming out quite nicely. Car sounds really well also. Like I'm impressed by the sound of cars coming out of that corner. And also like you can kind of see, of course, the like the driver's legs. 'Cause you can see like when I'm braking, he pushes his leg in. That's one detail I've realized a lot of sim racers don't have. So like Automobilista doesn't have it. Accesso Corsa, of course, I think Accesso Corsa can get mods for it. Um, Also like R Factor 2 does not have like your actual model of the guy's legs kicking. That's, I feel like, isn't that important, but I feel like would be a neat addition too, just to have that sense of like the guy moving his leg in for to salaries of throttle and stuff like that. Coming, ooh, we've gone wide, very wide there. But then we digress, we digress. And also like one thing I've realized about this game is that like it's actually a very interesting concept they have or they had at this time to market their cars because I think BMW created this where they started jumping into sim racing markets other than like the arcade racing games like Need for Speed. And one thing I really like about this game is that like although it's the exact same carbon copy of Racing '07, just with a lot less content, it kind of like pushes the like the car and also like what they're trying to achieve with selling their brand and getting to a new audience without really saying yo come test our cars, which is actually quite neat. And you can see of course man's leg is tweaking right there. um, and also graphically for its time, well, yet alone if I critique the graphics, it's just saying Racing '07 graphics, so it's literally Racing '07 graphics right here. But like the cars feel quite nice. Like although I'm driving with the controller, like the movement and like the smoothness, with especially like the force feedback on my controller, and also when I tested this game on my steering wheel, is actually very sharp. It's sharper than some games we have today. Like Auto released the one, which is probably one of my favorite sim racing games at the moment. But like this game's force feedback isn't that bad, nor is it that good, but we had to cut some slack because of its age. But as we cut into that corner, absolutely clapping that corner there, it actually feels good. And like nowadays, of course, if they want to market their cars in a sim racing, they're just like, you know what, you guys can publish our cars, boom. Like BMW did it, um, Ferrari also, they can be like, I mean, Ferrari ended up actually doing that. So also copying what BMW started with their that horrendous game Ferrari Legends. I want to actually play that, to be honest. I want to try that out. I haven't played that game before. But either way, like these marketing games is actually quite, because at least like it kind of, it's free and kind of lets like people know the car brand. So it's actually quite interesting. All right, we're in a race. About to start the race. Ooh. Oh, it's green lights. Let's go through the first corner. Coming in that sharp. Ooh, a bit of oversteer there. Coming into that corner. I mean, for some reason, I'm not sure what's going on with my controller, because it's atrocious with the turning. You can see the other cock views. Ooh, you just tagged the wall there. And also, like, one of the objectives these guys tried doing was trying to see the interior of their car. So, like, kind of interesting take on trying to like sell their cars. as we approach the first corner. See, of course, the labeling of Volvo. Raystream also trying to advertise Raystream there. Simban. Of course, that was like their projects, the later on projects, which I'm pretty sure Raystream released in 2013. I might be mistaken though. Yeah, I think Raystream released promptly 4 years after this game was made. Oh, feels smooth. Ooh, I almost lost entirely there. Ooh, attack the wall again. It's actually like so horrible driving with a controller. I don't understand how some people do it, especially with sim racing games. As you take a break, braking the brake zone. Course coming out slow. C30s. Comes out braking them out. Final lap. Cutting in. Pushing on. Staying first. Oh my gosh, that corner is atrocious, and we have lost the lead, and also the air has hit the wall. Come on, can we reclaim a spot in our lost? This is our lost effort. Can we do a Max Verstappen? Oh my days! Oh my days! Oh my days! Oh, we just got it, but he's just too slow out of that. And with that in mind, we have just lost the Grand Prix. Never shall I actually race in real life because of that atrocious moment. But can we come back? No, we can't. But good racing though. And as you can see, that's their concept cars, and yeah, it feels quite different. Very different. And as everyone else crosses the line, yeah, that's the game. See you guys soon. Take care and goodbye.